Welcome to All Wired Up, where you dive into exciting topics around tech, innovation, AI, and the future of digital life. Strap in, subscribe, and enjoy the journey.
Welcome to All Wired Up. Today we're diving into web accessibility, A11y, how to avoid lawsuits. Imagine trying to navigate a website where buttons have no labels, forms make no sense, and crucial information is completely invisible to you. For millions of people using screen readers and other assistive technologies, this is a daily reality on the internet. And here's the kicker. Companies are being sued, big time, because their websites aren't accessible. But for forward-thinking developers, this isn't just a problem, it's a massive opportunity. Today, we're diving into the world of web accessibility, understanding what ARIA labels and screen readers are, common pitfalls, and how becoming proficient in this area can make you an indispensable asset in the tech world. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Lawsuits. You've seen the headlines, haven't you? From major corporations to local businesses, companies are facing increasing legal pressure under the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, for their inaccessible websites. In 2024 alone, we've seen high-profile cases involving multiple big companies. And the trend isn't slowing down. Some consider these cases a money grab. And while that debate exists, the underlying truth is clear. The law is evolving, and websites are increasingly seen as places of public accommodation. Back in 2015, even Seattle public schools faced a lawsuit because their website wasn't accessible to screen reader users. The core issue? Many websites are built without considering users who can't see or interact with content in traditional ways. Think about a visual user navigating a complex online form. They see labels next to input fields, buttons with clear texts, and visual cues. A screen reader user, however, relies entirely on the underlying code to interpret that page. If the code doesn't explicitly describe what an element is or what it does, the screen reader can't convey it, leaving the user lost and unable to complete tasks. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a denial of service. So how do we bridge this gap? Enter ARA, Accessible Rich Internet Applications. ARIA is a set of special attributes you can add to HTML elements to provide additional semantics and interaction information to assistive technologies, like screen readers. It doesn't change the visual appearance or behavior of your website for sighted users. Instead, it creates an invisible layer of information that screen readers can understand and communicate. Think of it as providing a detailed audio description for every interactive part of your website, making the invisible visible through sound. ARIA works by adding roles, states, and properties to HTML elements. A role tells the screen reader what type of user interface element it is. For example, a button, a checkbox, or a navigation menu. States describe the current condition of an element, like whether a checkbox is checked or unchecked, or if a button is disabled. And properties give even more detailed information, such as a label for a text input or the current value of a slider. Without ARIA, a screen reader might just say div or span, which tells a user nothing about its function. However, ARIA isn't a magic bullet, and misusing it can actually create more problems. A common mistake is using ARIA where native HTML elements would suffice. The first rule of ARIA is no ARIA is better than bad ARIA. For instance, don't use a div element with role equals button when you can just use a button element. Native HTML elements come with built-in accessibility features that ARIA can't replicate. Another pitfall is forgetting to update ARIA states dynamically. If a menu opens, its ARIA expanded state needs to change, or the screen reader user won't know. So what are the best practices? Always prioritize semantic HTML. If there's an HTML element for the job, use it. Only use ARIA to enhance, not replace, native semantics. Ensure all interactive elements are keyboard navigable. Provide meaningful alternative text for images. Test with actual screen readers. Don't just assume it works. Services like the A11y Collective offer accessibility audits, and tools like A11y.radar can help monitor your site for compliance, even if you've already been served with a lawsuit. Preventing issues through proper accessibility is always the best approach. This brings us to the incredible opportunity for developers. Companies are not only getting sued, but they're also desperate to fix their accessibility issues. The demand for digital accessibility professionals, including web accessibility specialists, ARIA, and WCAG experts, is booming. Look for jobs in A11y, a common shorthand for accessibility. Knowing these skills doesn't just make you legally compliant, it makes your websites truly inclusive, opening them up to a wider audience and showcasing a commitment to ethical design. This is your chance to stand out, make a real impact, and be at the forefront of a crucial industry shift. In conclusion, web accessibility is no longer optional. It's a legal and ethical imperative. Understanding ARIA labels, how screen readers work, and adhering to best practices like WCAG is vital. For developers, mastering these skills means not just avoiding legal pitfalls for your clients, but also positioning yourself as a highly sought-after expert. This is about building a web that works for everyone. So take the initiative, learn the nuances of ARIA, and become the go-to accessibility champion. The internet, and your career, will be better for it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share. See you later. Be awesome.
I hope that was insightful. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Be awesome.